Hi Scorpio, this is your 2015 horoscope with me, Lada from Astrolada.com, for everyone who have their ascendant, sun or moon in Scorpio. And you can find out if you have ascendant, sun or moon in Scorpio from my birth chart calculator at Astrolada.com, for which I'm giving you a link here. And to find out your ascendant though and your moon, you need to know your time of birth, at least within a couple of hours, so the more precise it is, the better. And then you can go to the planetary detail table and you check if your ascendant, sun or moon, like I'm showing you here on the planetary detail table, is in Scorpio. And check also the degree, because I mentioned specific degrees, because I like to do astrology the proper way, you know, because till now, for the past 2 years, Saturn, the planet of testing, the planet of karma, the planet of hard work, the planet of, you know, of really the hard taskmaster, has been in your sign Scorpio. So a lot of Scorpios have felt the pressure of it. For some of you, maybe felt it in 2013, others in 2014. Some of you, very small group of Scorpios, will feel Saturn in 2015. And particularly those of you who are born who have their ascendant or their moon from 27 till 30 degrees, in the last 3 degrees of Scorpio, they'll feel the Scorpio influence now in 2015. They're the last group of Scorpios who will feel the testing influence of Saturn. Or those of you who are born basically from, just bear with me, in the last few days of Scorpio. Their sun is in the last few degrees of Scorpio, which is basically from on the 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd of November. These are the people who feel Saturn in 2015. But most of you other Scorpios, you have felt Saturn already in the past 2 years, which meant that a lot of new beginnings happen in your life, a lot of endings of things which are no longer productive, a lot of maturation and much more responsibilities, a lot of difficult birthing process of a new start in your life. Because when Saturn transits your sign, which happens once every 29 years, and particularly when it transits exactly the degree of your sun, moon, or ascendant, this is usually the building of new foundation in life, the start of a new cycle in life, the start, and often just like in a birthing process, there is pain. And you really had to work hard, and you were not receiving the results that you wanted as quickly as you wanted. That some people I've seen, when Saturn transits their sign, they either start a new job or they end an old relationship and they have to start rebuild their life again. They move to a totally new place and they have to start building from scratch. They have some such difficult beginnings, but you know, beginnings tend to be difficult. And even often women who have their ascendant in Scorpio, when Saturn was transiting their ascendant, often it is actually they give birth to children, women in childbearing age. It's often seen. Many of my clients give birth to children when Saturn is in their first house, because it's a new beginning in their life. And it's a tough period. I mean, I have a whole video on Saturn transiting the ascendant sign, or Saturn transiting the sun sign, or Saturn transiting the moon sign. I have 3 separate videos, so you can watch those to see the slight differences in influence. But definitely it's a testing time, a bit less supportive. You have to learn to rely on yourself. You have to learn to be more responsible. People often feel more too serious. It's a matter of life and death. And we need to feel like that sometimes, you know. We need, in order to organize ourselves, in order to get more serious, to achieve something, to work hard, we need to become even a little bit more depressed, you know, and disappointed, so we can place new beginnings. But thankfully, Saturn is coming out of your sign in 2015. And all other Scorpios that I didn't mention, they're coming out of the dark zone now. Only those Scorpio that I said the last 3 days of Scorpio, from the 20th till the 20th, from around, was it the 20th? Yes, from around the 20th to around the 23rd of November, and those in the last 3 degrees with ascendant or moon in Scorpio, they will feel this push of Saturn, this new beginnings, particularly very strongly at the end of 2014, the last 2-3 months, and again from June till September in 2015. This will be their new beginning, where they have to be strong, persevere. Only the things which are very relevant in their path for the next many years ahead will stay. Things which are not supportive, whether in relationships or careers or identities, will be taken away or will be severely tested, and your perseverance will be tested. And you know, Saturn made you work very hard, but without Saturn kind of blocks first the results. It's like a testing period for you to see how responsible you are, how dedicated you are to what you want to do or achieve. And when Saturn moves away now from your sign, starting from in 2015, 2016, 2017, it will go into your second house. So for the past 2 years, the focus was on yourself, the new beginnings in your life, working very hard, building new beginnings, being tested, you know, like almost like you were sitting an exam in front of this hard taskmaster, Saturn. And if you took any wrong turn, Saturn would smack you with a, you know, with its stick. But now Saturn will start giving you lessons in regards to finances for the next 2-3 years. And usually, I don't want to scare you, but usually it's financially more restricted period. It doesn't mean you'll be penniless, but often the resources become less easily available. Often if you've been able to rely on something till now, you have to find new resources. You have to learn to be self-responsible and to create money or to create assets in your life and resources on your own. You have to rely on yourself financially and be prepared. You know, I just want to warn you almost till the end of 2017. Maybe not the whole 3-year period. Some of you will feel it in 2015 more intensely, others in 2016, others in 2017. But the process starts from 2015. You have to learn maturation and responsibility in how you handle your money and your resources. Some of you might have to budget. Some of you might have to do this because they decided to buy property or to invest in something or to invest in their education, to start a new degree, so they'll feel more restricted. But this is a self-imposed restriction. Or maybe you're saving money for something, to build up a business. Or maybe when Saturn was in your first house, you started building a new business, a new path in your life. And now you have to learn to manage the resources of this business better. And you might feel more restricted because you're still trying to make it grow, try to stabilize it, because second house is the house of stability, of making something more tangible in material, on the material level. So you have a chance to manifest materially, but it will be with hard work. If you try to do any get-rich-quick schemes, if you try to, you know, to rely on someone to give you, if you don't rely on yourself, if you try to get there through loopholes, or what is it called, through a ladder without taking the right path, you know, the long and difficult path, you will quickly be returned back to scratch, to zero. So you have to approach finances in a very responsible, in a very mature way, in a very moral way. Possessions, resources, you know, money, how you fulfill your material obligations. You have to be grown up, and you have to learn that money doesn't grow on trees. And again, I repeat, people usually, especially new age people, they believe, oh, if you imagine resources are infinite. Yes, it's true, resources are infinite in the spiritual world. But we need to materialize those here, and these are finite. Resources in the physical world are finite. So often people feel this reality that money doesn't grow on tree, that resources are finite, and they become, when Saturn is in their second house, they become more aware of how they handle their resources, they handle their money, how they handle, people tend to become even more like save more or worry more about money, or even worse, I've seen when I had Saturn in my second house, I started switching off the electricity bulbs, not because of money, but because, you know, I was trying to save the resources of the earth as well. So these will be the big lessons you have to learn in the next 2-3 years, starting from 2015. You know, and usually when Saturn moves into your third house, which comes from around 2017, you really start reaping the rewards of the hard work you've done in the previous 5 years, while Saturn was in your first house, in your sign Scorpio, and in the next sign after you, so your second house. Usually when Saturn goes into your third house, things start picking up a lot. But till then, you have to buckle up, tighten your belt a little bit, be more cautious, be more responsible. And if you're already someone who is good with budgeting, someone who is good with resources, someone who handles money well, or someone who is, you know, mature in such matters. Usually Saturn transiting the second house is a period when a person saves for something bigger, for some investment. You know, a person saves for something to contribute to building something bigger in their life. So it's not so stressful for them. Okay. So if you're feeling a little bit limited financially, don't worry. Saturn tells you it's a test, and now work hard, go about it in a moral, ethical way, the slow but certain trodden path. Try not to do some big speculations or risky dealings in the next 2 to 3 years with finances. Be traditional, be more conservative. This is the best approach to finances for you. And try to rely on yourself mostly. And you're going to come out quite well out of this period. Okay, then now let's look at Jupiter. Jupiter is wherever we are given opportunities to growth. Jupiter is where we learn, we don't have to learn lessons, but where we reap rewards, where God gives us, where the universe blesses us, where we have more luck. And since the end of the July 2014 till August 2015, so almost 1 year, Jupiter will be in your 10th house, and is in your 10th house already, which is career, which is social status. So especially if your ascendant is in Scorpio, or your sun is in Scorpio to a lesser degree, you have a chance to improve on your social status. You have a chance to get support from authority figures, whether it's a father, whether it's a boss, to get on better terms with authority figures. 10th house is people that stay high above us. Bosses, managers, you know, authority, the government. So you might have some success if you're doing something in, if you're expecting something from the government, or some support or something, or if you are fallen out of graces with authority figure. When Jupiter is in your 10th house, you can heal this position, or you can strengthen your own career positions. You can really move forward in career. You can get to the next level. You can receive a better job, or you can, if you don't have a job, I cannot tell you when exactly, but the window is open from around till around August 2015, that you can receive a better job. You can receive a promotion. You know, if you have your own business, you can become very recognized during this period. You can really move forward with projects, with career projects. Even though Saturn will be in your 2nd house, restricting somehow finances for a while and making you be more cautious with finances. It doesn't, at the same time, the trend of Jupiter in your 10th house is running till August 2015, which will help you reconfirm your positions, improve on your social status, receive more authority, present yourself in your career, or even get a new career which is more supportive of you. Get forward with projects. Maybe that's why you need to save, so you can move forward those career projects there. Okay, and then Jupiter moves into your 11th house from August 2015 till around August 2016. So for a year, starting from next August. And Jupiter starts helping you with 11th house matters. 11th house is your friends, groups of friends. So you can expand your circle. And probably while Saturn was in your 1st house, in your sign for the last 2 years, you became much more lonely, much more, even if you had people around you, you felt disconnected from them, or you cut off people from your life because you started new beginnings. And when Jupiter goes into your 11th house from next summer, from August, for the Northern Hemisphere, you start expanding your social circle. New people come into your life. People start helping you and supporting you to move forward with your goals. The people that you meet, the 11th house is people who like you, who can become your benefactors. So from the end of the summer of 2015, for the Northern Hemisphere, you can gain such people, such supporters, such allies, such benefactors who believe in you, who are willing to help you forward in life, who can recommend you to someone. Your social life gets much busier. You come out and about. You can receive also some recognition, because 11th house rules recognition. Just like the 10th house is very visible, 11th house has similar influence. For instance, if you're an artist and you present your project or your piece of art, the society and your peers, or you present it to the world can appreciate it. And if you don't receive this appreciation when Jupiter is in your 11th house, it's a great sign for you to change actually your plans and goals. So whatever project you're presenting, whatever you want approval for, whether it's yourself who is the product, or you're selling something, or you're presenting some idea, if you don't get recognition for it, it's a very great sign that, you know, this is not the right thing. Actually, you have to tweak it, you have to change it. But usually Jupiter gives us the rewards for work hard, for hard done work. And a lot of you have been working very hard for the past 2 years and been starting new beginnings. And when Jupiter goes into your 11th house, you have a chance to get some recognition for it. You have a chance to have some gains. Even financially, it can ease the difficulty of Saturn in the 2nd house from August 2016 to August 2015 to August 2017. While Saturn can be blocking some of your resources, Jupiter can help you improve, to gain from work well done, maybe a bit like a bonus or something like a social recognition or a title or an honor. Many people, when Saturn is their 1st house, they have studied very hard, and that's why it was, you know, hard. And when Jupiter comes into the 11th house, they can receive the title, the honor, they can receive the PhD or the master's title, you know, whatever. So this is what Jupiter will be giving you from the summer, the end of the summer, the beginning of autumn in 2015. So yeah, so a lot of good news for most Scorpios. Saturn is coming out from your sign. So things, the depression, the sadness, the self-doubt that you had for a few years maybe, are starting to leave you. You're starting to feel more confident. Now you have to deal with material matters, but at the same time, Jupiter is helping you, being in a material house, in very successful houses. Jupiter can kind of balance out the difficult influence of Saturn in the 2nd house. So there is like support there. You know, you're not fully left to deal with your financial matters without receiving support. Oops, sorry. Okay. And particularly, let's see. I think we mentioned everything we have to see for Scorpio. Actually, there are no other such important influences for you, Scorpios, as the news that Saturn is moving out of your sign and is going to a 2nd house. Jupiter is helping you with career matters, and then it will help you receive recognition and gains for the hard work you've done. Thank you so much, and please write to me.